Lavoris, Lavoris McGruder, McGruder.
Okay, awesome. First, let's just kind of talk about how did you find out about Bezos Academy?
Well, my sister was actually, she just got a doctorate and she's a reading specialist, and she was hassling me about applying for Bezos because one of her great friends taught at Bezos. And so, of course, my busy life and my busy schedule, I'm trying to get to it, and when we finally got to it, they were like, it's a waiting list, and so we were patient, and we finally got it, and we were so excited because it was exactly what he needed, and so we ended up getting in, and my sister's friend ended up being his teacher. So it was really a blessing in disguise. So we were super grateful for that. And it's just been an amazing experience academically for him. It's something that he hasn't seen before in the education world. So it was nice to see him in that light.
What are some of those experiences like? What are some of the things that you immediately saw that he picked up, whether just going to class every day or spending time with that friend?
So one, he's so much more outgoing. Like, he hugs his teachers. It's something he didn't do. He screams their names every day like he did not know them. He's very intentional about doing things on his own now, as opposed to us having to help him. He's so much more comfortable doing stuff on his own. We're to the point where he can go down the stairs by himself and start to make his own toast for breakfast. And I think I owe that to Bezos, because they are constantly challenging him and ensuring that he understands the house side of things, like what to do at home and how to handle things at home, how to clean at home, how to make sure things are tidied at home. They're really big on that, and he's super intentional at home now. And I think part of it is just practice. Now, we're on him, but it's different when you got a parent telling you as opposed to a teacher telling you. So he just kind of naturally does it on his own. And so he's very intentional about I got it, taking care of it on his own.
One of the things we talked about previously when we started out, working on this story is, the curriculum, the Montessori curriculum. How much information did you know about that prior to your son coming here, and what do you think of it now?
None. I didn't know anything. I knew Montessori only because I'm a teacher, but I didn't know the depth of or the storyline. I got that book that was given to us, and I kind of read it, and I was like, wow, this is really good. It's kind of they're on their own. They kind of do this stuff on their own. And so I do like the fact that he's able to work on his own, kind of work at his own pace. I do like the fact that he can do that. I like the fact that the methods, and I don't know thoroughly what the methods are now, but he gets it. He was telling me last night about quantities and big numbers and small numbers. And this is how he's talking to me. He got his hands up and he's telling me exactly what he's doing. And they take a lot of pictures, so I know exactly what's going on, but the methods are amazing as far as him understanding and learning whatever the assignment is or whatever the curriculum is at that time. So it's really good.
Of course, the name alone, like I said, very recognizable name, and you hearing about Jeff Bezos and the backing that he's put into all these schools. I mean, how did you what was your reaction hearing like I said, that's such a big name behind these schools?
But I didn't even think about that until we had our first meeting here, our
parent-teacher conference.
Yeah, it was a conference, and they shared that it was Jeff Bezos, and then I was like, what? Really? What a small world for him to come all the way to Texas. He got all this, because there's several Bezoses here in Texas, and I was like, that is amazing that he is intentional about kids to want to create schools for kids to learn Montessori. And so I thought that was great. I mean, not knowing who he was, not knowing who he was at first, that it was him, and now knowing, I thought it was awesome.
And let's talk about the probably as you and a lot of parents describe it as a blessing in the sense of this is all tuition free.
Yes. I wanted to throw that in
I was going to
with the whole Bezos conversation, but I left it out. But now that you done brought it up, absolutely, because even now in just public education, you have to be at a certain income to be able to be a pre-K student in public education. Otherwise, you're tuition based in public education, and so that was already hard enough and stressful enough. And so when we started this process, we went into it knowing that we were going to pay. We didn't have an inkling that we weren't going to pay. And so when they said tuition free, me and my husband were like, hey, that's it. We will take it. We will take the tuition free. I think that is awesome. I think it gives a lot of students or kids in the community who don't have it an opportunity to be a Montessori student. And I think it's great that it starts at a younger age also, because then they have a better opportunity to build this process with that younger crowd. So no tuition is a great thing.
And I mean, kind of let's speak on just for the fact that this is a person that's that's considered probably one of the richest guys in the country,
right?
But to be able to, again, put his finances and backing behind it and to almost give back to all these families and kids.
Sure,
I mean, like, is how admirable is that? I mean, just seeing somebody in that type of status, doing something such as that.
I mean, I think it's awesome. I don't know his background or how he feels about education, but the perception, just based off of what he's doing and trying to get kids into Montessori. And I don't know if he was Montessori. I don't really know the story at all. I think that it's amazing for him to choose kids. That's the best part. Him taking his money and spreading it around all of these different states, creating these schools to choose kids and give kids an opportunity, a free opportunity to learn Montessori. And they may have not even ever gotten that opportunity in some of the communities that some of these kids are in. For him to choose kids, and with his status and people knowing who he is, extremely admirable. Like, you can't beat that. So we appreciate you, Jeff Bezos. You're amazing. We thank you for that.
We know childcare is really expensive. I mean, there's how have that impacted you and your husband's monthly budget? I mean,
in a positive way. It's just been positive on our side. It has definitely impacted us in a positive way as far as finances, because we was able to take that part of our budget and move it somewhere else, to build financially for us. So it's definitely impacted us positively. I mean, we are super appreciative of this opportunity, because people do not get this opportunity. My son was 4 when he started here. 4, you're expected to pay. Just me as a parent, learning how the process goes. At the age of 4, you're expected to pay. And so to not have to do that has been a financial increase. And that is nothing but God to say. But we're still grateful for just this opportunity alone, and then not have to pay is even more amazing. So,
what did your son? What was he at a child care? Like, what did he?
He was at they called it an academy, but it started as a daycare, and she was building and trying to create it to give a school feel, and so they were doing classes, and they were doing curriculum, and they were doing everything that a school would do, because that was the owner's intentions. And so it was great, because she saw the potential in Max, so she kind of took Max and she kind of challenged Max on his own. And so it was good that we had, for that moment, that opportunity to be challenged, but it was just not the place for him. We knew that, and she knew that. And when she found out that he got to come here, she was just as excited as we were. So it was a great opportunity, but it was just kind of considered a daycare, and he wasn't really in this, like, with his own age group.
Right.
And that was one of the things for me. I just wanted him to be with his age.
And kind of talk about like how has the class sizes been different? I mean, well, and like I said, it's because I'm sure he was probably in the classroom almost 20 some.
Thankfully, it wasn't.
Okay.
Thankfully, it wasn't that big.
Okay.
It's probably kind of the same as here, as far as class sizes. So he wasn't really in a large class setting yet, which, you know, I'm thinking about that process as him going to kindergarten, but I'm sure he'll be okay.
And Bezos, the classes here at Bezos Academy have multiple teachers, so students are able. I mean, how do you like?
I like that. I like that there's multiple teachers. I like that he knows all three of them. You know, he has his own personal relationship with all three of them. Not only that, he knows the other teachers in some of the other classes. I can't remember, the lavender room was one of the rooms that he talked about. And so he has created relationships with other teachers in other rooms, and that could be based off of extended day, which we also grateful for. I'm gonna throw that out there too. But he's created relationships when he really, really likes the teachers. He really enjoys the way they teach. He really enjoys the methods, the things that they're giving him. So it's been great as far as building relationships with teachers.
And let's kind of go a little bit back about you know, the cost. What were you and your husband paying monthly for child care just over the course of time?
Oh, it was, I want to say it was like $400. I can't remember exactly, but it was $400. A little bit over $400 a month.
A month, okay.
And right, breaking the pockets, yes, and it's for education. And so, yeah, it was about $400.
Okay. You know, you said all these wonderful things about Bezos Academy, and does your son start kindergarten this next coming? So,
yes.
How confident are you feeling? You know, with him being prepared.
Oh, he's prepared. I'm confident about prepared. I'm definitely confident about that. I think they have done an amazing job challenging Max. You know, and I am also an educator, so I believe in challenging kids, and so I am always. Like there's no teacher conference situation with me. As soon as I see the teacher, hey, how's he doing? We conference all the time because I know that there's a next step. I know there's another journey ahead. So we got to be in preparation for the next journey. So I'm pretty confident in him being ready to go to kindergarten. I'm confident in him being able to thrive in kindergarten too because of just the environment that he's been in here. So I hope it's the same.
We're almost done. Like I said, you said all these wonderful things about the school and about your experience, but I mean, just singly, like, what should parents know about Bezos Academy if they are, you know, on the fence or unsure? Like, I mean, what's your selling point to them?
Tuition based. That's the first one. It's free. Okay, this is a free education that you're getting, and it's not just any education. The teachers that Max has experienced, and I can only speak for my child's teachers, but the teachers that Max have experienced have been intentional with him and have been intentional with challenging kids and been intentional with, and they're super excited to learn. And so if they want their kid to be in a positive environment where the teachers are excited to learn again, because you don't see that very often, you know, in a public education setting. Where you see teachers that are excited to teach kids, this is an opportunity that you can't miss. You want your kid in a place where the environment is safe. You want your kid in a place where the teachers are going to ensure that they get every single thing that they need before they leave and come back the next day. You want to create a space and a setting that they're comfortable maneuvering in, to the point where they don't even have to, you know, teach. The kids already know. And you want that for your child. You want your child to be in a space where they pick up instantly, where they gravitate to things instantly, where they enjoy learning, because you really don't see that. You kind of, you know, for me, I've been in a space where I've had to pressure kids to learn, you know, and remind them that they do know, that you do understand, that you can learn. And I feel like here, that's not the case for my child. I feel like my son is happy here and he enjoys learning. And I do feel like that's a reflection of the leadership, the teachers that are in this classroom.